Hi everyone, this is Bruce Hall here again to talk to you a little bit more about digital transformation and to provoke some more thoughts. Today I want to talk about standardization and simplification and how the two go together. I'm involved in a lot of very large projects, a lot of greenfields, major brownfield expansions, and one thing that I always see as a part of the conversation at the beginning is they want a state-of-the-art facility. Now, a lot of times during the course of that project, when they start procuring things and getting along, start running over budget. One of the first very things they start chopping is, hey, maybe I don't need that state-of-the-art facility. Maybe I'm okay with yesterday's design. So my question to all you is, should a state-of-the-art facility cost more than a design delivered yesterday? And my thoughts on that is absolutely not. A state-of-the-art facility should actually be more cost-effective because you're using all the lessons learned that you had yesterday to design your facility for today. So take into consideration, I like to use the puzzle piece approach on this. And I like to use analogies. Think of trying to bring a 1965 Impala up to a state-of-the-art car. So what is that going to take? You replace the drivetrain, pretty much every rotating part, but then you're also going to add sound deadening and a lot of other things so that your 1965 looks and feels like a car of today. You can do that. It's very expensive. I'm talking from experience because I'm in that process right now with my 1965 Impala. Or you can go to the car lot and buy a brand new GMC Yukon. It's gonna feel and handle and just overall the performance is a whole lot better than that original 1965 Impala ever was. When I get done with my car, it'll be definitely a whole lot better than 1965 Impala, but it's probably going to handle closer to a 2006 Corvette. So that's kind of what I want. But looking at that, how can they drive the cost savings of a car like a Yukon today versus custom building and bringing something else up to speed? It's because they design it once, implement it multiple times. And what you get out of that is simplification. You get out of it cost savings because you don't have to redo that design every time. Just think of the engine, the drivetrain package in the Yukon. And it's also the same package that's in the Sierra. It's the same package that's over in your Chevy Silverado and in the Tahoes. And you start thinking of how many times they're able to reuse that design in a whole lot different platforms. So when you think about it, the standardization is translated into simplification. When you look at a project and you're getting involved early, consider selecting some of your vendors early that have big impacts. And particularly what I'm talking about is the process and power side. And I talk about those continuously together because I really think we need to be talking more about those together, is integrated process and power. Say you select them early. Say you select them before the design's done and that caused you not to be able to competitively bid. Vendor X, Y, and Z. What's that going to cost you? 20% premium? Maybe it does. But what does that get you? Well, selecting a vendor early on allows you then to take those lessons learned, that standardization that vendor has been providing time and time again. You can then implement that in your design. And that helps you through a lot of your own cost savings. And so, yeah, you might be paying 20% premium on that equipment, but it's going to translate into a whole lot more savings on the backside. And two, it gives you predictability around commissioning. When you are in the commissioning, what are you testing? Most of the time, it's the interface between the control systems and your mechanics. It's how are those communicating back and forth, or it's the control system with your OEM system, control system. You can have this approach where it's well tested, it plugs together time and time again. Pull it apart, put it together. That's a well tested, proven design. Or what you can do is you can have a custom interface. All right, this is what I designed, and here's the other side of the design. I'm gonna see how well they plug together. During commissioning is when the first times these guys plug together. All right, come together. Oh, it's pretty close. We did our calculations. There's some gaps in there. You can definitely see gaps. And you know what happens? That's during commissioning, you find those gaps. And you know what you do at this problem? Because you're so late in the game, you throw money at it. You throw money at it because you can't do anything until you figure it out. And so that 20% of savings you just got by doing the 3 bids and buy, you just blew that times 3 during commissioning, because now everyone's looking down on you and you're dragging timelines out because you can't get things to communicate. I've been a part of this. I've been a part of startup and commissioning teams, and those interfaces between pieces of equipment is always a challenge. So what you do, you start duct taping, you start baling wiring things together, trying to get things to work, and you get it to work. You figure a way. But then through the operations, while things are running, what starts coming apart at the seams? It's that duct tape, it's that baling wire. All of a sudden things there start breaking, and that translates into reliability issues, that translates into serviceability issues, things long term. So, team, what I recommend is making a selection early on a vendor for your process and power side, so they plug together like puzzle pieces, so that you don't have to figure out how well these things plug together during commissioning. You don't have to figure out how to explain that to your management while you start going through this. Different thoughts for today. I hope I'm starting to challenge some of your guys' thought processes and gives you something to chew on. Until next time, this is Bruce Hall, your digital transformation thought provoker. Thanks. Bye.